And then David doesn't back off. Now sometimes I might say something a little bit aggressive in the pulpit, and I just need to look at my wife's face to know I need to back off. But David doesn't back off. He takes it further. He raises it bigger. He amps it up. He raises the bar. And David says in verse 15, "My times are in your hands." D.L. Moody said, "Let God have your life. He can do a great deal more of it than you can." Sometimes when for those of you who don't know, I'm an open air preacher. And when I go out in the open air, I'll often hear people say to me, they'll say, I used to believe in God, but then my parents got divorced. Or I used to be a Christian, but then I lost my job. Or then this happened, that happened. I thought, well, God never did anything for me, so why should I bother with Him? But if there's anyone in this room today who's thinking like that, may I just say this to you? In God's hands, we're not immune to be problem-free. We're not problem-free in God's hands. We're not promised an easy road in God's hands. But in those hands, we are promised there's eternal security. Jesus Christ said, "None shall pluck them out of my hand." Those same hands which flew planets into space, which carved out mountains, which made the rivers, became flesh, took on skin, if you like, God incarnate, Jesus Christ. And those same hands broke bread and fed 5,000. Those same hands, He turned water into wine. Those same hands that as he's standing by his friend Lazarus' tomb, and he's died. And those two most profound words in the Bible, Jesus wept. And you can imagine Jesus wiping those tears away with those hands. Those same hands as He's in the Garden of Gethsemane and He's crying out to His Father, "Is there any other way? Is there any other way that this cup can be passed from me?" It says that He sweated drops of blood. And you can imagine Him wiping those drops of blood with His hands. And those same hands were ripped to shreds on a cross for all the times that your hands have done dreadful things. For all the times your hands have been to places they should never ever go. He died there on that cross so that you could be forgiven, so that you could have a home in heaven, eternal life. And one day it says He's going to hold the 7 stars in those hands, and every knee will bow and every tongue will confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. If you're in those hands today, it's a wonderful thing. It's a marvelous thing, because those hands are eternal security.